Welcome to the Perfection Selection, a Cream of Cards TV.
If you like old movies, then please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And don't forget to click the like button to preserve our movie heritage for future generations. People have been fascinated by the stars and the moon for centuries, and these Edwardian postcards show that they were actively speculating what they would do once they got there. So, is it any surprise that we all know who the first man was to set foot on the moon? It's a universal obsession to always want to be first. And here's the first ever YouTube video, which was uploaded by one of the original YouTube founders, Jawed, in 2005, entitled Me at the Zoo. But what made it all possible in the first place? Let's go back in time to find out. The art of projecting images probably dates back to when our cavemen ancestors cast shadows on the walls in the flickering firelight. Years later, they were still doing something similar when these original trade cards came out during World War I, a time when there was plenty of firelight to practice those shadows on. However, it was a series of Victorian optical illusion toys that really inspired the development of the motion picture. These transformed a series of static pictures into one seemingly continuous moving image, and was aptly named the Wheel of Life. Photographer Edward Muybridge took this to the next level by using photographs instead of just artists' illustrations, as demonstrated by these comical postcards. Louis Le Prince is said to be the first person to lay down a motion picture on paper film, but he mysteriously vanished before he could demonstrate his invention in America. Soon after, a number of other inventors tried to lay claim to the motion picture crown. For years, the fledgling movie industry was little more than a novelty fairground attraction next door to the fortune teller's tent. Who could have predicted from the cards that the movies would be as big as they are today, culminating in YouTube itself? This was probably one reason why it took years for the movies to really take off. Like with the internet, its slow adoption might also have had something to do with the fact that the early movie studios kept the names of their movie actors a carefully guarded secret, up until as late as 1910. Perhaps for fear that the actors would demand more money if they became too famous and powerful in their own right. It's important to remember that the early stage actresses were considered little better than prostitutes, and when you think that they in turn looked down on their movie equivalent, is it any wonder that some of the early movie actors might have actually wanted to remain anonymous? Once the movie studios were brave enough to reveal the names of their actors on the posters, billboards, magazines and trade cards like these, the movies rapidly grew in popularity, giving birth to the celebrity phenomenon that we know so well today, and the age of consumerism and modern fashion. Whilst you're here, why not click on a video of the oldest ever adult movie, The First Kiss? Music wouldn't be quite the same if they hadn't have invented a way to record it. Click on the second video to hear the first ever sound recording. Click on the third vid to see the first ever photos, an invention that shook up the art world. And YouTube wouldn't be quite the same without those cute kitty videos, so click on the fourth video to see the first ever cat movie. I've done numerous videos of one of the most creative decades ever, the Roaring Twenties. Click on the first video to vote for your favourite silent movie comedian. The Jazz Age spawned one of the first ever youth movements, the rebellious flappers, who famously shunned the traditions of the previous generations, but that didn't stop them from resurrecting fashions from ancient glittering civilizations. The 1920s was such a timeless decade that it still influences artists, movie directors and pop stars of today. And who knows, maybe you'll be one of them in the near future.